SVL Free News and Views for Wednesday, May 1st. May is here. It's hard to believe that May is already here, but it's a hot time in downtown Statesville. I want to thank our sponsors, first of all. Mitchell College, Randy Marion, Piedmont Healthcare, Blue Harbor Bank, Fast Fields, Key to Escape, the Escape Room, and Statesville Family YMCA. I'm here with two very distinguished gentlemen. We'll be talking about why I'm here with them in a minute, but if you haven't done it yet, go to svlfreenews.com and sign up for your email edition, which comes out every morning at 5 a.m. And Roger, you're signed up?
Yes, sir.
And Brian, I'm going to get you signed.
Absolutely.
All right. So I've got two folks here. This is Roger Bejcek of St. John's Lutheran Church in downtown Statesville.
That's correct.
And Brian King, you are on the board of directors here. We're at the Foundry House. So let's start with Brian. Tell us, what is the Foundry House?
Foundry House is a transitional house for men, and we're going to use this to help the recently incarcerated or guys that are struggling from a substance abuse issue, and it is designed to give them assistance and gain housing, and we're going to also give them job placement and financial coaching, and essentially just help them reset and regrow and reintegrate into the community.
You know, you were explaining to me that this is not a halfway house.
No,
this is a step beyond.
We want to be the next step, because the next step always seems to be housing, and we want to get them out of that and get them to transition from here into a house in the community, and use this to allow that time as rebuilding.
I know it's really hard, but somebody who's suffered from addiction, they've been incarcerated, trying to get back on their feet is a real challenge.
Absolutely, and that's the biggest thing that we've seen, and I also lead Celebrate Recovery here in town, and that's the biggest need that we see initially, is just getting housing that is safe to where you can restore yourself. And that's what we want this to be, is a safe place to allow them to rebuild. Okay, now Roger, talk a little bit about St. John's Lutheran. You've got a fundraiser coming up this Saturday, and it's going to be at St. John's.
It's going to be at St. John's.
And what do they need to do? Just show up at 7:30?
Just show up at 7:30 and bring your checkbook. Again, my name is Roger Bejcek, and I'm the mission team leader at St. John's, and we're located at 740 North Center Street. We all know that there's missions to be done around the world. Well, there's also missions to be done here at home. And we looked and searched, and a friend of mine mentioned to me about the Foundry House. I knew nothing about it, and came down here and met these gentlemen, probably a month and a half, 2 months ago now, and they were having an open house. And I got to meet some of these people that are transitioning back into society. These are some people that have made mistakes, but they made mistakes and are trying to redeem themselves, and they don't want to repeat that mistake. And this is so important that they have a place, especially being faith-based, that can be developed, and they're going to work with people in the community to get these men back into society and maybe back to their families and be a productive citizen. And so our church got behind it, and for many of you, you probably have come to Saturday. We had community breakfast for about 6 years, and we were just did away with that earlier this year. But we know how to cook a breakfast, so we're going to have scrambled eggs, biscuits,
the whole
pancake, the whole shooting match. It starts at 7:30 this Saturday
at St. John's.
St. John's, 740 North Center Street. Be there.
You know, I was inside, and I looked at the kitchen's been gutted here, and one of the things that St. John's trying to raise money for, I'm going to show you right here. It's a refrigerator. It's it's a commercial
refrigerator. Right.
That's right. And so the need right now, and I'm also show you the need of all the things they need. Right here, you see on the screen right now. You see all the things you can donate, help to give money to get them set up here at the Foundry House. So that's the need.
That's awesome.
This is a way you can really give back to Statesville, and you're making an impact here locally.
Yes.
So, and Brian, talk a little bit about the Foundry of Hope. This is really the parent organization.
That's a nonprofit that we've partnered with that is just basically overseeing that. And what we've done is we've formed a board here in Statesville to oversee this. So what we're having here is a local Iredell County project. So,
right there.
And one thing we're going to do with the guys that we're going to offer is that they're naturally going to be working. We're going to help them get placed in jobs and financial coaching and all that stuff. But one thing that they're going to do is we're going to ensure they pick up the servant's towel and they start serving and giving back in the community, wherever that may be. There's so many opportunities, but that is going to be one of the things here that's going to happen.
Right.
These guys will be giving back.
Although you're giving back to these guys, by the time they leave here, you're also giving them the incentive to give back as well. And that's one of the requirements of staying here. Okay.
Absolutely.
So, Roger, thank you on
Thank you.
behalf of St. John's
Appreciate it.
Lutheran Church.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Brian?
It was a pleasure to meet
Pleasure
you.
to meet you. Thank
Brian
you.
with an I, Brian with well, Brian. I'm Brian with the Y. He's Brian with an I. We'll get it right one way. I hope everybody's going to have a great week in downtown Statesville, and get ready. The summer's right here. See you guys. Remember, Saturday at St. John's Lutheran Church.
740 North Center Street, 7:30.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.